Welcome, everybody. It's the start of a brand new week. Darren Burrow's not with us this morning, but Daryl Marie is. And on the weekend, we saw quite an impressive Joel Dickens win on Saturday. And we had the Michael Roberts horse on the Sunday that we thought would be the best bet on the card. So that double for those that managed to get that right. Well done to you. Well, our weighted to win handle is at Weighted to Win on Twitter. We've got a Weighted to Win number in terms of WhatsApp as well, which you can send your name and your email address to the admin department and they can add you to that, so you can get the access to the information as soon as it becomes available to us too. Thank you for watching. And to Turffontein, we're in the middle of Johannesburg, the city of Joburg on this Monday. Daryl Marie's with me, and hopefully we've got some, well, as good bets as perhaps the horses Saturday and Sunday as we saw. What does this Monday card look like?
Yeah.
Daryl?
Well, I've got a home ground advantage, Clyde.
That's good.
Turffontein. So if I don't shine today, I'm in trouble.
That's all right. Tell me about the first one. This first race with horses priced up 8 to 10 Siberian Steel for Johan Janssen van Vieren. When we did the show at 10 o'clock this morning, 10 above the world, 8 to 1, and then 10 to 1 about covered operator number 1 at on the card. Then you can get 12 to 1 and better about the others.
Yeah, a decent debut, Clyde. He was well beaten. He moved up and then just faded out towards the end. But we saw that form line being franked with Bunzen coming out to win that Sales Cup race. He's 8 to 10, and you got the likes of number 9 Stalker. It was only 2 3/4 lengths behind him at 16 to 1. So I do believe he's a touch short in the market. I'm expecting improvement from number 2, Trey Amici. Now he's been rested and gelded. In his penultimate starts, he finished 3rd. Second in that race was Boisterous. He's come out and done extremely well since then. And also, typeset is well above average. So I do believe the 2's the improver in the pack. Above the world, there is a form update for her. She ran 4th, beaten just on a length by Little Miss Moneybags. She's got the racing experience on her side. She's got pace. She's got a good draw. And her sex allowance is in her favour. So I do believe the favourite's on the short side.
All right, so interesting race first. It's not part of the bipod, so here's a recommendation in terms of what we think you should do to perhaps work something out where we're taking trifectas, 1, 2, 6, 8, 10. Whilst the favourites odds on, there's a bit of uncertainty, I suppose. Field's not that strong, though. That's what's in the favourites' favour. Welcome back. Let's get on to race number 2 at Turffontein today. And of course, some of you do know that we've had a bit of rain over the weekend as well. So the conditions have changed quite somewhat from a track good to soft with the amount of rain that we've had. And well-deserved rain, I have to tell you too. This second race is a maiden class field. It's a run over 1,600 metres. From a market perspective, just to give you an idea as to how the boys were betting this morning, we did the show at around 10:30. And the update was that Sparkling Jubilee's 22 to 10. Cape Lights is trading at around 12 to 5, maybe some 5 to 2 on offer. And 7 to 1 bar of the 2. It does appear to be a 2-horse race. It's contentious to the extent that Muzi Yeni has decided to go Cape Lights' route and not Sparkling Jubilee. When you read Mike de Kock's comments through Betway, it's quite interesting because he's quite seemingly frustrated by it. But he's quite confident that Sparkling Jubilee's got a bright future. But obviously Muzi must have felt something really special with Cape Lights.
Yeah, I mean, obviously his decision to take the ride on Cape Lights, I thought that was an encouraging comeback run, Clyde. She had to work in the early stages of that race to get into a good position. And she showed a lot of guts in the finish. Intoxicating is an above average filly. The form line has been franked. 3 lengths behind her on that occasion was Nice Move, who came out to win her next start. So I'm happy bankering her in the bipod. Obviously, Sparkling Jubilee put up a great debut. She now steps up to a mile. But she is being backed up quite soon, a week and a half later.
Yeah.
So I'm taking my chances. Bank her Cape Lights in the bipod.
All right, well, they're strong. The stables are strong, I would imagine, on Cape Lights as well as on Sparkling Jubilee. On form, Daryl's going with Cape Lights. Does appear to be the right decision. Let's see how it plays out. Well, it is an opportunity for bipod, so banker the 3, which hopefully will run in the first 2, by 1, 2, 5, by banker 9 later on, then 1, 3, 4, 9, then 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, and banker the 6. And that will cost you 60 Rand every time you take it. Welcome back. Place accumulated time. Let's get going now. The third race on the card, and interesting because the market's got there's a bit of a change. We had Labicho this morning at around 11 o'clock. Labicho and Phantom of the Forest were joint. I see Labicho's firm at 2-1 now. Phantom of the Forest 22-10. Atlantic City, someone's interested in, a shortened from 28-10 into 5-2 and 10-1 and better, bar those three runners. So it does appear to be a racing three. If I had to make a personal choice, I thought Joe Soma stepping out some decent horses today, and that Phantom of the Forest would be the right one of the three. Your first choice, Darren?
I liked his comeback effort, Clyde. He moved up extremely well and then just faded very late on that occasion. Does step up to the mile. If I was 100% certain that he's going to be more effective over the mile, I'd say to the viewers you could have a bet. But let's see how he goes. He still has to prove it.
Yeah.
On breeding, it certainly shouldn't be a an issue.
Yeah.
Atlantic City and Labecho, now nothing separating the two of them on paper. They should finish alongside each other once again. So I played the safe route because it is I don't know how Phantom of the Forest is going to go over the mile. He has been disappointing in the past, but I do expect him to win.
Yeah, and you say that because I think the stable's been confident once or twice with him, etc., and he perhaps just let the side down. Hopefully he'll come to better form today.
Yes, Clyde, I do believe on paper he does have the strongest form line. Last time out we saw Pragmatist in his post-maiden efforts run second to Good Counsel. I think Good Counsel's actually a nice horse in the making. Yeah, so Phantom of the Forest ahead of Labecho and Atlantic City in that order.
All right, well, listen, there's a few. So from a place accumulator's perspective, this is what Daryl Marie has decided to go with. He's going with all of them. So let's treble up. 1, 2, 5. We're going to banker the 9 in the second leg. Bless My Stars by 1, 3, 4, 9 by 1, 3, 6. Then we're bankering the 6 Gobsmack later on. Then 1, 3 and 8. And at the back of today's turffontein card, Arabadicho number 1. We believe good enough, certainly for the PAs. Bless My Stars is back in action, and good having a chat with one of the owners saying that they believe they'll win. And Sean Terry is quite confident as well about Bless My Stars, having heard the track talk conversation on 4 Racing TV. So that's 2-1 favourite. Mike's checked the stable, having read what Mike Takok has to say. Cracking run last time out, in particular to Hollywood Bound. Worried about carrying that rating, etc., and out at the weights. And then you've got Intoxicating, who's the third choice at 6-1. Taking all that into account, Bless My Star should win based on that last start, right?
I hope so, because I bank it here. All bets, Clyde. She's weighted to win. She's £7 best in. Very happy with the comeback run, her first run for the new yard. She got caught wide. She had to be taken up at a vital stage of the race. And Clyde, if you watch that replay, have a look at the work she was doing very late on that occasion. She didn't lay down. She picked herself up and she finished that race off extremely well. Now over a mile, which is more to her liking. Fitter, like I say, I have bankered her in everything. I hope she can get the job done. Intoxicating, she's a very nice filly in the making. You can see who she's run to in the past. Last time out, she finished the race off beautifully. And let's see how Cape Lights goes today in race number 2. And then obviously Mike's Chick, she runs her best races over this course and distance. But for me, a bank in all bets, number 9, Bless My Stars.
I understand Mike's Chick did, the weight situation, but she ran a cracker to Hollywood Bound. She really did. That was a very good comeback run, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, she's no slouch on her day, but she is giving away 5.5 kilograms, and she's also out at the weight. So it's no easy task.
No easy task, all in the favour of Bless My Stars. Then let's take a look at what we're doing in Pick Sixes, because it's time to get it on now. So here's a look at it. Daryl's bankering Bless My Stars. We in or out leg 1. Second leg 1, 3, 4, 9. Third leg 1, 2, 3, 6, 10. Then we're going to banker the 6 later on, as we've discussed already with you in terms of what we fancy as one of our better bets on today's card. And for those of you who don't know who that is, I'll make reference to Gobsmacked by 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. And the last leg, we're going 1 and 2 at the back. 1 and 2. Yeah, we thought Arabadicho, but we are going to cover up with number 2 in the last leg as well. We're not leaving out that Kalahari Blue. On to race number 5. It's run over 2,000 metres. Let's take a look at it, where King's Crusade is top of the boards at 3-1. Number 1, Supreme Dance, is 4-1 second choice. 5-1 about number 4, The Cop. And then you've got 8-1 about Flashy Apache. This particular race, King's Crusade, top of the boards, 3-1, decent sort, decent run, and perhaps the right horse in the race.
Yeah, couldn't get up for us last time, Clyde. He was our value bet on the card. On paper, he certainly looks like the right one. He's 2.5 kilograms better off with the cop for half length beating. 52 kilograms to shoulder from a decent draw. Just hope he's a little bit closer to the pace. On paper, he's certainly the right one. But I was very impressed with the cop's victory last time out. I thought he won with a bit in hand. So for me personally, I don't believe it will be a surprise to see the cop confirm that form. Stormy Winter, Clyde, I know he's a bit of a VAR specialist, but last time out he proved he is capable on the inside track. And if he gets his own way up front, once again, he could be a contender. And you can't discount the chances of Supreme Dance. He's capable and useful on his day.
Motown now, see the stable saying May just need the run. Good comeback run, or a fair comeback. May just need one more run. Perhaps a place chance. So tough race, this particular event. King's Crusade, we believe, is the right horse in the race. This is what we recommend we're going to do here for this particular event. Let's get on to it now and take a look at our first jackpot. And Daryl's going 1, 3, 4, 9, ahead of 1, 2, 3, 6, and 10. Then bank of the 6, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 8 at the back. We're on to race 7. This is a Pinnacle Stakes, and Gobsmack comes back to the races today after a little bit of a break, but does come back unbeaten, trading at 9 to 10 the last time we had a look. That was at about 11 o'clock this morning. Sound of Warning, 33 to 10 second choice, with number 2 Full Velocity, and 20 to 1 Bar 3. Does look like a one-horse race.
I'll be very disappointed if she gets beaten today, Clyde. I know she's drawn 6, but I think she's got enough pace to overcome that draw and get into a handy position. The horses drawn alongside her towards the inside don't have early toe, so I don't think she'll be pressurized to get into a striking position. Sound of Warning, disappointing comeback, Clyde. She only beat one home. She's weighted to go extremely well over here, but I can't really fancy on her on that effort.
You think she might need one more?
The best weighted is Full Velocity, and apparently she will be in need of this outing. So I think everything points towards Godsmack. We saw that form line being franked with Golden Hostess winning the Prestige Plate over the weekend. Give Me a Shot came out and ran third in the Joburg Spring Fillies and Mares Challenge. A nice little roughie for trifectas and quartets, Clyde. Number 7, May Queen. You can see in the past she's shouldered a hefty weights. I think with 52 kilograms, she's certainly going to push forward from a neat draw. She could stay on even into the exacta position. So 6 from 7.
All right. Interesting. The lunatic horse that he refers to, May Queen in selection, nice exacta if it happens to run that way. Is Gobsmack the head of the handicapper, and can she defy them today? Well, we'll certainly find out. We're taking a pick 3. Darren originally was on that horse, Glittering Girl, but that's gone, so we've taken that out. Banker 6 by 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and 1 and 2 at the back. We'll take that 40 times. It's gone on to the 8th race now. Power Ranger number 3, 28 to 10 from World Sports Betting. The one rule by force is at 4 to 1. Could be anything. We'll talk to Daryl about that now. And Iron Tail at 7 to 1. Now we know about Iron Tail because we watched it last time and took a big guy to get going and run on in the closing stages. And run on it did at the very end.
Will the inside track suit him?
I don't know. It'll be very challenging, the size of the horse that he is, So that is a big question mark. I see Chase Mojan now got the ride.
Yeah. Clyde, Power Ranger last time gave the punters out there a fright because everyone was on the favourites and he caught him in a pocket. It was a great tactical ride by Muziye and on that occasion. It just proved that he is capable on the inside track. He might not be most effective on this track, but he can pull off a victory. He's got a one draw. I think the 1450 will also be in his favour. So he is one of the leading lights. I think I found a little bit of a roughie here, Clyde, that could run into the money. And have a look at number 8, Dark Tide's rating. Now, he was as high as an 88. He's down to a 56. That makes him a net 64, the same as Power Ranger. So drawn alongside Power Ranger. I'm hoping he can just get some cover and settle because he has had a tendency to over-race in the past. So 2 places over this course and distance, he could run into the money, Clyde. I'm going to say places on number 8. Dark Tide is the suggested bet. The one that could be anything is number 1, Rule by Force. Very impressive on debut. He spoiled the gamble for the favourite on that occasion. That was a well-supported first-timer, and he made him look average in the latter stages.
Yeah, it could be absolutely anything. And a beautiful looking horse too is Ruled by Force. So you've got to watch that and see what he does. Does step into a classified stakes today. And, well, from a weighted perspective, just to make reference to those that are in the race with the best weights, well, they are referred to as the likes of Speech Maker, number 4 on the card, the 6 Just Eminent, the 5 Timbati River, Ruled by Force, Iron Tail. But Daryl's onto a horse that could return around 2.5, 3 to 1 a place. That's Dark Tide. Aravadicha, the last race at 11 to 10, number 1 on the card. Number 2, Kalahari Blue is at 18 to 10, second favourite. 16 to 1, Bart 2, so a 2-horse race. Mike de Kock, in his comments, have said that we've always rated Aravadicha. He's a decent gelding. He ran to a very high rating last time in a plated race. And that was when Profit won the race. Handicapper couldn't do much with him, couldn't penalise him because of the conditions of the race. And he'll jump from barrier 1. He has a good winning chance, our best runner for the day from the de Kock stable, supported through Betway. So they're very bullish. And Kalahari Blue's the only danger.
Absolutely, Clyde. Ran above his rating last time out. Kalahari Blue ran above his rating in his penultimate start. 2 improving 3-year-olds. A lot more to offer. I expect them to fight it out. For trifectas in quartets, include the biggest rough in the field, Clyde. Number 13, Time for That. I think she could fill up the back end of the trifecta in quartet.
I saw Lucille Kruger at the races the other day, and yeah, she's in good space, and horses well at the moment as well. So Time for That could be anything. 40 to 1 for exactas trifectas. But the play of the day, is it Aravadicha or is Kalahari going to make it run? Darren Burrows is absolutely confident Aravadicha, similarly to Daryl Marie. Going to be a very interesting race. Kalahari Blue, the only danger. That's the wrap for the last. Thank you so much for watching Weighted to Win on this Monday meet at Turffontein. We've got double headers, KwaZulu-Natal Tuesday, Wednesday, and we'll put that together as the boys start to study.